Now I'll let Vladimir tell you the story. So he's very interesting story, and his accent is wonderful. So you have to pay a little bit more attention, and of course, if you don't understand anything, just pretend you do.
Yeah, so basically, it's a polite way to say my English sucks. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Okay, so being young, I was kind of suffering.
I think they probably figure out you're from Russia. Okay? They probably can figure out by now you're from Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not Chinese, right?
Or good plastic surgery.
Yeah.
So many years ago, I was kind of younger than now. Now I'm in my new 20s, but in my older 20s, I was kind of suffering and basically had no income, no money, not even a proper place to stay in. I was staying on the train. I was living on the train station for a while, like 2 weeks.
Was it nice? 5 star?
Well, it's good to train my 7-killing nature.
So what train station is that?
It's in Kiev, Ukraine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was kind of. But never mind. And somehow I felt being disconnected from the universal Wi-Fi, or basically it's a polite way to say my destiny was fucked.
Right.
Who has the same feeling? Like you're okay,
I mean,
but somehow you make a wish, but the only thing you sing is the middle finger. So I started to find the way to figure out how to unfuck my destiny. And in the process, I found a feng shui book and a couple of feng shui practitioners, and they give me a couple.
So you're in a train station, you're trying to unfuck yourself, and you found a feng shui book.
Later on, like 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, so I was struggling like 10 years.
Wow, okay.
Well, I was not that bad, but just freaking poor. And
how poor is poor?
well, basically, I could not. Some days I could not even afford to buy a bottle of beer. It was a real struggle.
You didn't buy food, you just need beer, right? Yeah, of course.
It's a liquid food. And then I implemented some feng shui knowledge many years ago, and in 1 or 2 months' time, I became co-owner of 2 little businesses, one publishing company and one translation agency.
Wow.
So, and this second business in 1 year was almost printing money. So
you went from sleeping in a train station?
I was not sleeping in the train station anymore. I was staying in my girlfriend's apartment.
Free accommodation?
Yeah. Basically, yeah. But then I thought, somehow this weird stuff works. I was kind of skeptical from the very beginning, because I tried different methods like meditation and Western astrology and so on. It didn't work, but I got curious how it works and started to learn it. And then I met Joy like 15 years ago.
Right.
And was
2003.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it 15? Almost.
So
16.
we have problems
Yeah,
in that.
something like that. It's very difficult to do math on stage.
Yeah. I find the same problem as well.
Yeah. And then I was impressed by Joy's knowledge and personality. So you inspired me, and I started to learn even more.
Right.
I became instructor of the Master Academy in Russia. I was teaching my own students, and nowadays I have like thousands and thousands of students. And what else? Well,
This is a
I need to provide some numbers, right? I have 7-figure business, and now I'm quite okay. But
7 figures is quite okay. This is from not having money to buy beer
yeah.
to now millions in your business right now.
Yeah.
That journey. How did you feel in this journey?
I remember it's a very important point. Like later on, you told me it was like 2008 probably that if you know feng shui, you're not a millionaire yet. You either don't know it or you don't implement it.
Right.
So it was like a challenge. Okay, I was never thought to become a millionaire. I just, an artist.
Just work for
I
years.
have a book of poems published and stuff like that.
You have a book of poems?
Yeah.
In Russian?
Yeah, in Russian language. So I'm more an artist, so. But it's a challenge. Let's try to become a freaking millionaire. So I changed feng shui of the apartment, and my business started to double every year until it reached 7-figure pretty fast.
Very good.
So thank you for inspiration.
Well, thank you for listening. Thank you. So that was 2008, 11 years ago. So you have made your millions every single year.
Yeah.
And now today, how many students do you talk to now? How many students do you have?
It's a few thousand per year.
Wow, interesting. And of course, I was told that you not only do just feng shui, but you also do launches yourself.
Yeah, and
Right.
some of my students came here.
Where are they? Where are your students?
Show me.
Right. From Russia.
Yeah, the president who always related here. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
They came all the way to support you.
Yeah.
Wow. Fine. Wow. See? Wow. So you're a superstar in Russia. Wow. Nice. That looks young.
Long time ago. It was back then in 2004.
Yeah, 2004. Yeah, I still
Yeah.
have my time. Damn.
Obviously, I know how you became much slimmer. I absorbed some fat from you.
I haven't told the secret yet. Stop drinking beer. Oh, you see? You had hair. Oh, those days, huh? Nice. So now a lot of people are following your footsteps. They want to become. Is feng shui or qigong or metaphysics popular or acceptable in Russia?
Well, it's kind of acceptable, but most people are more in this woo-woo stuff, like New Age feng shui. So it's kind of, even with classic feng shui, what I see, many people tend to be like 5-year-old kids. They don't grow up and need new toys, but like, new shining object, new technique to become whatever. But what they really need, they need a new game instead of new toys.
Right. And you're helping them with that. And you're using feng shui for the corporates in
Yeah, I'm
Russia.
using feng shui for corporates. I have a long-term relationship with some clients, and top of my clients paid. I see 1 or 2 guys already paid like 1 million USD each. So obviously, if I have a client, he pays me each and every month for 10 years. either he's stupid or the stuff works. Because of multiple million business, I don't think he's stupid.
Yeah.
Or he's stupid in a lucky way.
So now the thing is, why I find this interesting and why I invited Vladimir on stage is because here in Asia, especially Malaysia and Singapore, even for Chinese people here, they think learning this is difficult. He looks Chinese, but he's not Chinese. And he can learn this, and he's using this, and he's making multi-millions today. So he's an inspiration to a lot of us, especially those who find it challenging. Someone as far away as Russia has did it, and he's still doing it. What's your advice to people here?
What I found from the very beginning, when I came to your class in 2004, I actually didn't have enough money to afford that class. So last day, I had 500 USD consult. If not this consult, I wouldn't come.
So you had no money, and then you...
So basically, I invested all money I had in this Funsoy education.
In my class, the last $500.
No, it was much more expensive, but I was 500 short. And what I found, we can use this as a tool to buy chi. Like instead of gas, you buy some chi and move forward. You get more money, so return on chi, instead of return of investment. So basically, it's like you buy more chi, accelerate, and then buy more chi, accelerate. But many people are following your terminology are too anal.
Yeah.
And they push,
the brakes.
The brake instead of gas, and it holds them back. And many people are like, how to explain that? They're afraid to be cheated.
Yeah.
But like, okay, it's nonsense. I probably will be cheated, but if you don't give a try, you lose. Like, whoever afraid to be fucked, fucked more frequent. And
that's a nice philosophy.
But basically it's like in investment. And let's say, like with ads, if you spend 100,000 USD for ads, and in this month you get back like 120,000, it's 20% already. It's like more than 200% per year.
Yeah.
Let's say on the stock market, if let's say I would have 200% return, I would be there on the Wall Street instead of that bull, and someone would polish my balls. And this Funsoy is pretty big return on investment. The only thing, people buy this knowledge and don't actually apply it. For my students who get the most results, they're not the most, scholars. Yeah. They just get something, it clicks, they implement, and get tremendous results.
Correct, right. That's the good spirit.
Don't collect this knowledge, Then it smells badly. Just use it till it's fresh.
That's Vladimir. Wow. Thank you, Vladimir. All right. Questions for Vladimir? All right, there's one question over there, one question over here. You're going to be so popular afterwards. You have more free beer for Vladimir later on. All right.
Vladimir, we were actually classmates in the Feng Shui program in 2017. And I was so amused by your story today. I didn't know you were that funny. I should have talked to you way back then. But anyways, following your story a while back, from the time that you were penniless, staying with your girlfriend, what was the main turning point? What specific feng shui method did you do at first?
Well, I don't remember exactly, but it was close to, how to explain it, like one line in alignment, or no, not like that. Let's say here's my bed, and my door to my bedroom is on the southeast, and if you go further on, main door to the apartment is southeast as well. So it's like basically one line. And let's say good annual star and monthly star comes. So basically you get like the same star, you know, like not like 8 and 7, like 8, 8 or 9, 9, something like that. You can strengthen it up with water formulas like Shulong, Fanghua, whatever. But it's basically you tap one sort of chi.
Pure chi. What is
Pure
it? Use
chi,
the
all
pure
right.
chi.
Pure chi and the
Yeah.
waters, I mean the
Yeah.
wealth star, I guess, right?
I don't know. Did you use the well star? Use the
He was saying double
five
eight.
yellow. What star would you use?
I use something like 9. Yeah.
Star 9. Yeah. It depends on what you're using, but pure chi means use the same one.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. There's one more question.
Because otherwise, let's say, you have an idea, you know, orange juice is healthy, and you have an idea vodka is not healthy, but then you mix them up. So what's the result? Is it healthy or unhealthy? So you better try pure chi, you know. Drink vodka, and then you know you have hangover because of vodka, not because of orange juice.
You get a hangover because of water. Very good. Sally.
Vladimir, you're a very open and honest person.
Thank
So
you.
I want to ask you a question on branding. So you've said that a lot of people think feng shui is woo-woo and, you know, they don't quite understand it or they don't believe it. So do you still brand feng shui, or have you done like Joey and start to talk about transformation or something else? So how do you brand your business in Russia?
Well, I tend to avoid the term feng shui as much as possible, if it's possible. Especially for front end, I'm teaching more like mindset stuff with a little bit of energy, and then I bring these people to my world, and then I convert them further to proper feng shui knowledge.
Very good. That's a good
So
way.
you focus on mindset. Mindset.
Yeah.
Very good.
Because you know, my belief is like mindset is like how to call it, a bottle. If it's broken, and she's like a water. If your mindset broken, none of feng shui technique helps you.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Question at the back. All right. Anyone else have a question? I can tune the microphone. Anyone else? Yes, over here.
Thank you, Vladimir, for your story. It was really interesting to hear. And I have a question which actually brought me here. I wanted to ask it to Dr. Joya, but I think it's connected.
Vladimir is good.
No, because he was telling about inspiration. And my question is, when you get some level, maybe for men's subject it's easier, but for women side it's a bit difficult. When you already get some level, and even more than you expected, more than you dreamed, how do you find the power, energy to continue? From where to get inspiration to continue?
Well, it's a good question. Basically, there is like 2 carrots. I know there is saying like that in English, but in Russian, like we have 1 carrot on the front, 1 carrot on your back, you know, to be carroted, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and this carrot on the front is like I see some inspiration for. I participate some masterminds, and most folks are much richer and clever than me, and it pushes me forward. And on the back, there is something like I'm not going to come back to the train station. So if I lose my motivation, this shadow comes from the back and says me, okay, I'm waiting for you.
Very good.
Yeah, but maybe some practical way with metaphysics subjects.
He's part of the platinum group, which all of us, like-minded individuals, we talk to each other, we share our stories, we share our experiences. So that mastermind group is very important. A group of people who shares your thoughts.
Actually, I'm a member of Chimen Club more than 1 year. And actually, it's an amazing group to share experience of each other. And what I found, if you, like say, apply Chimen knowledge, if you're you absorb some Chimen into you. And finally, it's not necessary to position yourself backwards, whatever. You bring it brings you certain luck. Like for my high-end students who participated in my Chimen events, I brought them into a bigger event like this one, not huge like this one, but similar with this one. And I had like lottery, totally random. And among 54 people, I had 8 Chimen folks, and they won all 3 prizes, totally random. I don't know how it works, but it works.
Totally random, you brought 50 people.
54 people.
54
54 people, 3 people won, and all of them were part of 8 people group, you know.
Okay, so out of 54 people, 8 of them were in your Chimen group, and the 3 of them were from this 8 that won the lottery.
Yeah.
Right. Amazing.
So
How? Tell us how.
somehow they.
No, what he said is be in the group of the Chimen energy. Somehow you absorb it, and I think that is in many ways is true. Just like we go for the Taiwan excursion or the China excursion, the reason we go to these places instead of doing in a class like this is so that we be in the environment of Chi. So we are some form of magnet as well. We actually can absorb some of this energy because we are all energy beings. So when we have that positive energy, over time we become magnets ourselves. That's what he is doing right now.
Thank you.
And what I heard from Dato, that let's say there is a party, and to get some something useful from this party, you need to participate. Don't need to be like, okay, show me what you can do, it works, or you're trying to get some money from my pocket.
You're describing some different type of party.
You need to participate, you know, like with Cement Club, to be open and new opportunities come.
Right, yeah. To participate in a group. So in the Achievement Club, every member has to participate. Every member has to play the game. Every member has to contribute. The true learning comes from contribution, not from taking. So someone just sit down there and wait for information to be given. No matter how much you give, they will not remember. But when you start using it, you remember instantaneously. That's the difference. So giving is the key. Okay? All right, next question.
Good morning. I just wanted to chat with you, when you don't even have money to buy beer, so where do you come up with the first pot of gold to attend Julia's class? I mean, it's like...
When you didn't have money to buy beer, how did you get your money to come and attend my class?
Before that period, I didn't have money to buy my beer. I already found some Chimen knowledge, some Funcer knowledge, and applied in my life, and became co-owner of 2 businesses. And one of them was really successful. until a certain period of time it was, deleted by government. Yeah, because new government and we didn't have much connections with the new one, so basically we were multiplied by 0, so I had some money left, and I used this money to invest in new adventure.
Thank you.
All right.
And also, what I found, many people hate sales and marketing, but if you hate sales and marketing, marketing hates you. So love sales. If someone tries to sell me something, oh wow, it's exciting. Let's look at the way how it does. Maybe I can learn something. And sometimes I buy the same freaking product few times just to see the funnel from the different angles,
Marketing God. Very good example. All right. Yes, there's a question over there. Question over there. From your group. Actually, that's so true. Right? If you hate
Я
sales
не
and
говорю
marketing, you ban
по-английски,
sales.
но я прошу Владимира мне помочь. Help me. Меня зовут Нина Смолина.
Okay.
Я консультант и преподаватель по фэншуй,
Her name is Nina Smolina.
физиогномике.
He teaches and consults in Feng Shui and Bazi.
У Владимира я учусь с 2009 года. Я очень люблю ездить на его курсы
She's
именно
learning from me since
за фишками.
2009.
Всегда в теории идет что-то такое маленькое, но оно настолько емкое,
And when she
оно
learns theory
приводит к
from me,
озарению.
there is something behind the theory. Not only theory, but something unseen.
В октябре на уроке
Нина,
он сказал очень интересную...
какой твой вопрос?
Это моя дифирамба вам.
Okay. So in October I say
В
what?
октябре было очень интересно его просто маленькое замечание. Поставь воду в 8 или в 9.
I mentioned like you can position water in 9 or 8 star.
Я приехала домой и поставила.
She came back and implemented immediately.
Результат в течение месяца. У меня был контракт на 4 миллиона рублей.
And within 1 month she got a contract for 4 million rubles. Wow. How much is that in USD? Divided by 68. Sounds like that. It's very difficult to do math on stage.
У нас в России 60 тысяч долларов.
60,000 USD.
Right. Very good.
У нас в России, которые изучают фэншуй и бадзи, действительно мало. Мы белые вороны. Но нас становится с помощью Владимира все больше, больше и больше.
So there are not so many Feng Shui practitioners in Russia, but because of me, it's growing.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Vladimir is doing a fantastic job. I think not just in Russia, but you're also an inspiration in Europe. A lot of kid practitioners in Europe,
Really?
yeah, are also looking to what you have done, and they're inspired to do the same. Thank you.
Thank
And
you
you've
very much.
You've inspired 1,200 people here
Yeah,
today.
thank you for your inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So thank you, Vladimir, and it's a pleasure, of course, all the time, all of you coming from Russia, and your contingent. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys enjoyed the session?